Finally, I have been wrestling with the software, but that's another story. I hope if you live in this part of the world, and I know I've said this last 2 or 3 days, I really hope you're enjoying this weather because this is about as good as it gets, right? It was 73, 74 Fahrenheit today, something like that. It was pretty nice out there. So be grateful, enjoy it. So let's see what Reverend Margaret has to offer us for today. And what she has to offer us is called the gift of peace. The gift of peace. Ernest Holmes' seminar lectures were written like it just sounds, seminar lectures. Anyway, these are notes taken down from them. This is on page 28 of the seminar lectures. Is there peace enough in us so that those who come to us will not cast shadows of confusion? That's peace within us. And in the Science of Mind textbook, he says, there is a place in us that lies open to the infinite. But when the Spirit brings its gift by pouring itself through us, it can only give to us what we can take. That was on page 151 of the Science of Mind textbook. And a little bit about that possibly afterwards, although Reverend Margaret's explanation is pretty good. She says, the third, remember she was talking previously about a couple of others, joy, etc. She says, the third of the spiritual inheritances I want to think about is peace, which the Apostle Paul in his letter to the Philippians described as the peace of God which passeth all understanding. So this is in addition to joy and love, right? There is much to be said about this writing. That's Paul's writing, of course. In fact, we cannot really understand why all the gifts are given until we realize that we partake of the divine nature. We're not God, but we can be godlike in our uses of what is given. That can be a little bit confusing because sometimes people refer to themselves as God, people in our teaching, but it's really a misrepresentation. What it is what she's saying here, that we are godlike. In other words, God is all there is, and we're expressions of God. We are not, no one should be claiming that they're the whole of God, because that is the whole, everything that is. So peace can unfold without warning within us. We can simply awaken some mornings with a feeling of well-being that makes no sense. We're at ease, we feel powerful, and that's it. At other times, in the midst of stress or even chaos, we can learn to reason our way to peace. Through the use of consistent spiritual practices, we can turn to some familiar, favorite aspects of the infinite, which can spread the calmness and the clarity of peace within us. Unless we enjoy the adrenaline rush that comes with discord and clamor, we eagerly seek peace. It is through the harmonious mind that we can rest ourselves and begin to think clearly again. Peace aids in healing, since it is the peaceful mind that is receptive to the renewal of our natural patterns of wholeness and restoration. Here, Reverend Margaret speaking on a personal level. So she is explaining what peace can bring to us. Reverend Jesse today in his talk had some really great ideas. And one of them was that if we find ourselves thinking about stuff that's going on in the world, essentially, and things that really bother us, they're chaotic or just downright wrong, he suggested that what we do is, in our minds, we replace that with what we would like to see in its place. And that's what we focus on. So if you're looking at some war-torn place in the world, instead of focusing on aspects of that, what you do is you replace that in your mind with the idea of what it is that you would like to see there in its place. And that is what you focus on. And the other reason for doing that is not only does it bring you peace of mind, but what it's doing is, as we've often said in the past, it's injecting into the group human subconscious mind or subjective mind, if you prefer. I think Carl Jung called it the unconscious, personal unconscious and group human unconscious. Holmes called it the rest mind. You're injecting that very stuff into the rest mind. So when enough of us inject good things into the rest mind, guess what happens? We start to change how the human race behaves. We change how we behave, and we change how the race as a whole behaves. And it starts to bring about a better world for everyone. So I don't know if that was what Reverend Margaret was aiming for, but hey, that's what I got out of it. This is exactly what I got out of it. So, two levels: personal level, group human level. Replace what it is that you don't want in your mind, the thoughts, with what it is that you do want. And that just makes sense, right? It really just makes sense. I mean, if your air conditioning system is not working properly and you just keep focusing on it not working properly, then nothing's going to happen. But once you start to focus on what you want to happen, then ideas come in either for you to fix it or who to go to go in and come in and fix it. And let's face it, we're about to enter that time of the year, which, and it's a long time here in this part of the world, where we are so grateful for air conditioning. And winter, we need the heating, but not so much. Summer, hey, that's really, really needed. So that's the message I get, and the affirmation she gives us, in addition to the one she's given us every single day this month. I'm the place where God stands forth in the world as me. I am aware of the peace of God that lives within me, and I eagerly let me be its grateful recipient. I am aware of the peace of God that lies within me, and I eagerly let me be its grateful recipient. And that is what Reverend Jesse was talking about when he was saying to concentrate on what it is that you want to put in place, the stuff that you don't want to see. You're actually making affirmations. That's it for me. Reverend Lisa will be back tomorrow, 9:15-ish. Hopefully, I'll be here at 5. Maybe. I will be here tomorrow evening at some stage in the proceedings. I am so grateful for these readings. I'm so grateful for the ability to give these readings. I'm grateful that I belong to a teaching that doesn't push people to one side, that doesn't make people wrong, but concentrates on how to improve myself in order to improve the world. So here we are. All for it. So until next time, please take care of yourselves. And if you're in the part of the world where these storms are going through, please take care. Be careful. Take care of yourselves, and then you can take care of others. Until next time, namaste.